Tomorrow is the last day to file your taxes, and for many people, it's going to be a rush to try and get it done. And there are downfalls to rushing. You may miss out on important deductions, and we all, of course, want to get this done, but there are some options if you're having trouble. That's why we invited Venar Ayar, who is a tax attorney from Ayar Law here in Southfield. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. What are some of the last-minute tips that folks can use if you're literally down to the last hour, last 36 hours trying to get your taxes done?
File an extension. If it's not ready yet, don't rush it, because when you rush, that's how you miss things and you miss deductions, make mistakes. It's easy. Anybody can get an extension. You just have to file Form 4868, put it in the mail. It gives you 6 more months to file your return.
And is it considered late at that point if you file the extension?
It is not late, but it's an extension of time to file, not an extension of time to pay. So you could still be on the hook for some penalties for paying late, but those penalties are not as much as the penalties for filing late.
Okay. Now, is it too late to see a tax advisor?
It is not. You might have trouble finding one who's available to meet with you at this late hour. That's where the extension comes in. If you call one and you have one picked out, they'll probably file the extension for you, and you can go back after tax season and see them and get it all done.
All right. Now, what if you can't pay the money? So let's say I've done my taxes, like, oh, I owe this much money. What are some of the common mistakes that people make, and how do you avoid those mistakes?
The biggest mistake I see people make is that they get the sticker shock on the bill and they just don't send in the return. The penalty for not filing is 5% per month of what's due, up to 25%. And the other mistake people make is they kind of bury their head in the sand and they don't deal with the problem. It's important to remember that there's always options. The IRS will work with you and give you something that fits within your budget. The way it works,
come up with a payment plan?
Absolutely, a payment plan or a settlement, or some people can get into what's called non-collectible status. That's where they acknowledge that you simply can't afford to pay them and they agree to leave you alone. But you have to work with them. You have to tell them how much you're making and how much your bills are, and open up the books and show them what you really can and can't afford, and they'll work with you.
All right. Now, what are some of the tax scams? Because this is a time of year people are rushing, and I guess if you're rushing and it's the last minute, you might be more susceptible to scams.
Yeah, there's a lot of identity theft and phishing websites going around this time of year. Be very wary of any emails you get, links in them, and also phone calls. They're still making the calls where they say they're from the IRS and you owe us a bunch of money, and if you don't pay, we're going to arrest you. And they're getting people to give thousands of dollars over to somebody who's not actually from the government.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Venar. Appreciate it. Where can folks find you if they need a little bit of information?
My office is right here in Southfield. You can reach me on the phone, 844-AR-LAW, or go to my website, arlaw.com.
All right. Well, thank you very much. As we take a look outside, folks, it's a beautiful day. We're going to have lots of sunshine now, but I am tracking the chance for strong, possibly even severe thunderstorms. I'll have a live look at your forecast for you coming up. You're watching 7X News This Morning on TV 20 Detroit.